They have an AI company that revolutionizes real estate, offering AI scheduling and off-market deal platform and comprehensive investor support. Let's join their community in unmatched opportunities. Rob and David, we appreciate you all coming on the show today. If you could let us know a little bit more about yourself, and then we'll get into talking about the platform. Rob, you first.
Thanks for having us, Josh. I guess long story short, I've been an agent for 10 years come August, been investor friendly the whole time. Ended up working with all the wholesalers, running comps for them, not snaking any of their deals or whatever. And I said, hey, instead of working against each other, why don't we work together? So they all gave me their buyers list to combine with my buyers list. And since I've been running comps for them, they all kind of trusted me. And now they send out their deals on this off-market property. We've rebranded, gone national. Our buyers list went from a really great 2,100 to I think we're over 47,000 people on our buyers list now. Mostly due to David and all of his wizarding with the AI. Talk about yourself, David.
Yeah, my name is David Padron. I have a background in marketing and banking, also a real estate investor myself. Came up in the marketing world, just trying to solve problems. Went from having a staff of, 3 or 4 people at any given time that would do my bidding with a $500,000 budget in corporate America world down to working for myself 18 hours a week when I discovered AI. And it's because the power of AI has just solved
only 18 hours a week, David?
Right. I'm sorry, 8 a day. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I thought so.
And so now with the how AI has kind of moved us forward, it solves so many solutions. I have luckily been able to leave that corporate job and just really focus on that. And now we're using AI to help real estate investors find motivated sellers. And also we're using AI for property managers to manage the influx of all the leads they get from guest cards or Zillow or anything from like apartments.com that comes in. And then also their current customers. So for example, if their current tenants have like a maintenance request or you need assistance with whatever, AI is there 24/7 to speak with them via text message, email, social media, live chat, whatever. So it's been a really great experience. I love working in the real estate world. I dived head into real estate just because I love real estate. I'm an investor myself, but also I realized there was this huge need for a strong marketing sense inside real estate, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah, I think AI is right now it's cutting edge in basically every industry out there, and it's going to get to a point where right now it's new, it's shiny, it's being implemented. It's going to get to a point where if you're not using it, you're antiquated. You're just outpaced yourself just by not embracing the technology. But it also can give a very big competitive edge by implementing that right now and to be a secret sauce to your business. What have you all seen when a company comes onto your all's platform and starts utilizing it on a operations standpoint?
Yeah.
David, can I take this one real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So we've got this wholesaler we work with named Tall, and he's like the man. And I said, hey, do you trust me with $1,500 of your money? He said, yeah. And I said, okay, you just bought our AI for 3 months. Give us a runway. And he gave us 3,000 leads to populate into our list. And he had 3 appointments with motivated sellers within 3 days. And then, fast forward a couple months later, it's Christmas week, and he had 7 appointments from our AI Christmas week. It's just kind of hard to compete. I don't know if I get it right, but was it Paul Bunyan, Man vs. Machine? Even if you're the best agent, the best wholesaler, you're on your one call. We're touching 2,000 people while you're on that one call. You just can't compete. Yeah,
that's definitely sharpening the axe, as Paul Bunyan would say.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Let's put on a property management platform. So it's handling inbound lead flow, and then it's essentially just communicating, scheduling the appointments would be the goal, and then appointment schedule to, I'm assuming, maybe a appointment runner, leasing agent.
What I was talking about, that was for motivated sellers for wholesale appointments. So that was, or if you want to call it, you could be a realtor and have listing appointments. But there's more spread as a wholesaler than there is as a realtor. But with the AI, David, you want to talk a little bit more about the property management?
Yeah. So the thing you need to realize about this is that the system really, I mean, we talk about real estate a lot, but this could work for an ice cream shop. This could work for a lawyer's office, or an insurance office. But we really focus on real estate because we want to be kind of like the best in like a niche. And when we talk about property management, property managers have a few things going on. They have a lot of applications, a lot of tenants coming in saying, "Hey, I'm interested in this. I want to look at this. I want to ask a question about this apartment complex." So our current property manager, the largest that we have, it has about 3,000 doors. And so every day he's got anywhere from 50 to 100 new leads coming in and querying. So the AI works all of those leads on autopilot, moving them down through a goal set. The goal set is to find out their rent, how many bedrooms they're looking for, what part of town they want to live in, and deliver them to this application page or this showing booking page, right? But now, if they have 50 to 100 new applications, well, guess what? They have 3,000 tenants that are constantly needing help. And so they may have people coming in and asking, my toilet's stopped up. I need a new light bulb. I need that. Well, the AI is going to say, okay, this is an emergency. You need to go ahead and go to the tenant portal and fill out a ticket. Or, hey, this is a light bulb situation. According to your lease, you're responsible for that. This is how I suggest you should fix it. Or, hey, this isn't working. Have you tried doing this? Trying to move the tenant to take action or fill out a form on autopilot without getting a person involved or getting a person on the phone. And so that's kind of the power of the AI with property management.
Josh, imagine how much money you can save by getting your tenants to basically make their own repairs for you and not having to send out a repairman every single time.
Well, I don't know if we want them doing their own repairs, but
well, just like the basic stuff. Oh, your HVAC's having an issue. Have you changed your filter?
Yeah.
So with that, and I'm with you on Josh on that one. That particular property manager said these items is the tenant is responsible for. So we can tell the AI how to react on different tiers of urgency, right? Light bulb, you're responsible for light bulbs. You should go fix a light bulb. Like, hey, my AC is not working. We're on the way, kind of thing. And so the AI can task work individually and also make suggestions to the tenant to fix their own issues based off of the information we give it.
Yeah, and there's antiquated workflows to where it can auto assign and then gather more feedback, squeeze down exactly what the issue may or may not be, and then and following up and making sure that there's tenant satisfaction to maintain your net promoter score. But on the front end, the top of the funnel, if you're gathering leads from all of these sites that you're syndicating your listing to, and then cultivating that conversation into what could be an appointment scheduled or a virtual showing, and then following up, automatically sending over the application, and then I could see it just basically almost handling everything up to the initial walkthrough with the asset manager on site. But I guess even conversational, and I'm sure it keeps learning as conversations are going. But what
tell them about Thomas, David.
Well, hang on. You go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
On the finding, because we've used texting applications, and then there's a CRM follow-up boss. I'm sure y'all are aware, and it kind of tied everything together. It's pretty intuitive, but I can't say that there was a whole lot of luck as far as gathering or getting the properties off market. But if you've got someone out there or something that's out there that's very conversational and knows how to hit pain points in a persuasive way to the homeowner, AI kind of way, then I could see where it could at least get you to where the appointment would run. Can you take us through what that looks like on your all's end? And then I guess as the operator, they're only looking at hot leads that are coming in. They're not even needing to warm them up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if we're talking about like the property management side, I think that all makes sense because it's the property management side on the application flow is moving them down the field, getting them to make a decision, to take an action, book a showing, make an application. Our property management company that I talk about a lot, they get $50 every time somebody applies, like no matter what. And so like the AI is literally just like pushing them towards making an application. And so that's real cash in their pocket right away, right? And so the next thing is like
The property management company is getting $50 for each application. Is
each
it
application. Each application.
but the applicant's paying $50, right? Okay, so there is a cost behind that because you do have between $20 and $30 just to pay for the screening, but
sure
there's a
they
little bit of a
figured something
delta.
out. They figured the margins out. I guarantee you. I know these guys.
Yeah.
All right. And so so that's perfect. That makes sense for us, like as operators. There's a flow right there, right? Forget about the $50. That doesn't matter. It's all about the flow of getting people to apply, do the showing, all that kind of stuff. When we talk about conversational side of AI, you're absolutely right. AI loves to talk. It'll just run its mouth forever and ever if we don't control it, right? And so when we have that motivated seller coming in, that lead, there is most of the time what we see is there is frustration, right? They're upset, or they're like just make an offer. Like they're just so they've been bugged a lot, right? And so the AI has seen enough times where this is someone that I don't want to talk to anymore, and so we cut off, right? And the AI knows this is someone that I need to keep having a conversation with and nurturing them. And so we can actually see many instances where the AI keeps the conversation going, but constantly moving them towards, do you want to talk to someone? Can I book a phone call for you? What's the condition of the property? And so one popular thing we'll see is that somebody will come in and, it's obviously, a house is maybe worth like $100,000, $150,000 in our market. And they'll be like, give me $500,000, right? And instead of like a human would just ignore that text, that response from the seller, right? The AI says, oh, thank you so much for that information. I'm not the numbers person. Let me learn about your property. And then the AI will start that conversation. And if it's a real lead, we start to see that seller kind of become more reasonable over time. And then when they get on the call with the actual person, they've calmed down, they've built the trust, and now it's a more realistic conversation that the wholesaler or realtor or anybody can have with that seller.
Yeah, and expectations have all been set the way it's not unrealistic, and then we can kind of gauge where if they qualify or not, or if they're ready to pursue it.
Yep. We're only getting on calls with people we need to be on calls with. Time is too precious. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, go ahead.
Well, what's really neat about this too is the wholesalers. They can read through all the notes, in a few minutes before they take every appointment. So really, you're just trading your time for money. You're getting the at bats instead of like the 20 calls you had to make to get one person on the phone. And it's really neat because tons of people have tons of leads, but like our AI just got a sale with someone after 22 touches, going back and forth. And this is over like no one's following up with their leads 9 months later, but we are. It's just like, how do you compete?
Yeah, you got a constant drip out there, and then it only takes one scenario for that owner to make a choice, whether payment didn't come in, or a busted water line, or just at the wit's end and ready to move on, family issue, what have you. And then there's your drip, and it comes through, and boom, right timing. So, and that's usually something happens. There's a pain point for someone to make a decision. What about, so are you predominantly doing single family wholesaling, or are you seeing multifamily? What have you seen the platform do?
We get both. Single family, like the lists are bigger, so people gravitate more towards that. It's easier to move a single family, but we're getting everything. Lots. We have a car wash on the network right now in Florida. We have stuff all over the country. It's kind of fun.
I like it. It's and if anything, you can have at least in the background of your business on a separate vertical to just, if something comes in, then it's a win. Keep everything else rolling for sure.
Yeah.
How long has it taken you all to build this out? And I guess what got you started building it out?
Yeah. So I was in marketing for a while, and I would always get really frustrated about all the work that we had to do to prepare content, to build automations, and we also had a lot of compliance we had to deal with in the banking industry, and I also knew that like we were missing out on so much opportunity, and so it would take weeks and weeks and weeks for us to build these automations and all these things to follow up with people and then the sales department wouldn't do their part, right? All they had to do was pick up the phone and call. That was their one point, and then all these bottlenecks started happening. And so, as a marketing professional, I was always trying to find ways to kind of like, fill in the holes so leads stop falling through the cracks, right? And then through all of that, that research, I discovered, AI, and it's kind of like the ChatGPT in its early stages. AI has been around for like a long time, but ChatGPT is what everyone really understands about AI now. And so when I found that, I realized the possibility of mass content creation was possible, right? But once you realize the mass content creation was possible, the next step was mass communication is possible. And so we started at a very early stage when nobody even would like talk to me about this stuff, with building AI automations to have conversations, like one-off conversations with each other, right? And then when we had platforms such as Elevate, which is our platform, we're able to now launch mass communication, simultaneously through email, social media, text, phone. It doesn't matter. It can respond, in all different directions.
Yeah, that's and now you're able to add on more plugins. Well, I guess from other people's we'll say AI models that they're building out, and then it just makes your platform even more
Better.
Strong.
Vertically integrates it. Yeah.
Yeah. What about like emerging markets where you can gather job data and population movement and just find that little corner that no one even sees happening, but now you guys can unmask future gentrifying areas.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're lucky to have the data.
Yeah, working through analytical AI and conversational AI, and infinite follow-up AI is what we are, and that's very focused on conversational. But in the background, all these conversations are being stored, right? And all these addresses are being stored. Everything is being stored, so we can use that to analyze things that move faster into different markets. For sure.
Yeah, it takes a whole team of data science. Well, I mean, AI is the data scientists, and now and then they make it to where it's dummied down for us to even understand it. It's, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of the wholesaling product, or getting those motivated appointments with sellers, is like we have wholesaler friends that use our product that have been like spending tons of money on coaching, mentors. Like they do millions in sales every year in wholesaling. And they're the ones that are finding out what verbiage is the best. And so we see best practices, right? They switch one word relative to them. We can see who has the better hit rate. And so we're just evolving and getting better and more refined as the process goes on and on.
And the cool thing is there's enough real estate to go around, and you can't. Not anyone can go out there and just take down as much real estate as they want. It's just impossible. It doesn't work like that. So it's being competitive, but also the next edge. And then there's going to be another one after this too. We still don't know what it is yet. What do you guys see on the forefront? Where do you see everything going?
Well, I would say that I've studied marketing for a while now, and if I was gonna write any book or anything, I would remind people is like nothing really changes. Like it just things get faster or you get smarter. So the idea in marketing is like follow up. It's all follow up, right? And so the thing about it is that like AI is just a tool to help you achieve what you should already be doing. Like you should be like hitting your list. Like every day you should wake up and say, these are the 20, these are the 100 people, these are the 1,000 people that like I need to have follow up with, right? Whether it's email, phone, text, whatever, right? AI just makes that speed to lead happen faster for the common person. So I always kind of looked at two people kind of when I was coming up, was Grant Cardone and Gary Vee, right? Gary Vee on the marketing side and Grant Cardone on the investors, the real estate investor side. And these guys are humongous, but it took them decades to get to where they are because they have great follow-up content and great systems, right? You can have that today. Like if they would have had that 20 years ago, like they'd be like so even larger. And so you literally take your business right now and fast forward a decade using AI. And like it drives me crazy sometimes thinking about it, but it's so true. We're talking about Rob's list when I first met him, the 2,000,
100. You keep shorting me $100 or 100 people.
2,100 contacts, now 47 plus or whatever it is, 47,000 plus. Like That's just been a few months. That would take somebody decades to get there.
Can I articulate this a little bit differently,
Yeah.
David? So I'm not the best realtor or whatever, but like I'm the investor friendly realtor in our market. And I've been doing it for 10 years come August. And I looked to see how many people I had on MLS strips over my 10 years. And it was 1,111. And now, you know, we're our ecosystem is growing. We've doubled that on just opted in MLS strips, you know, and it's probably doubled since the last time I even looked at it. Like it's kind of insane, and it's really like you're either going to be crushed by the wave or you're going to ride the wave. And I feel confident we're going to ride it. But like if you're a regular agent or a regular wholesaler, this is what all your competitors are doing. And if you're not going to be a competitor for much long.
Well, let me jump in. This is what they will be doing. They haven't started yet. So like
Yeah.
you can get ahead of them. I think that's probably more accurate, because I talk to people all the time that aren't using AI. They don't understand it. They don't get it. And then they say, well, I don't know about it. And they walk away. But like there's tons of opportunity, because I guarantee you're in a market right now where there's nobody using AI like this. And so you can jump on it right now.
Yeah, there's very select few, well, and that's the front runners too, and trailblazers. But ultimately, once it becomes massively adopted, then there will be the next thing. I don't know what the hell that's going to be at this point, but because I mean, you've got it's not just one VA out there; it's pumping it out. You've got AI that can truly multitask. It's impossible to multitask. AI can truly multitask, do multiple things at the same time, and do it better, faster, and smarter. So it's what is the next cutting edge thing that's on the front runner? I don't know. I mean,
I know what
it is, Josh.
I know what it is, but I'm not going to say anything right now.
I'm going to tell them what I'm thinking. Like, so you asked about AI, and like to give you an idea of our infrastructure, we have all these off market deals, right? I think we have like 58, 59 off market deals submitted on our deals off market website. And so what that does, it's just like Zillow. Everybody freaking loves off-market deals. Our open rate for whatever 46,000 plus is like 52%. That's like David was articulating this to me. Like traditionally, people get 15 to 20% open rate. Banks get 30 to 40 because you're afraid you didn't make a payment or whatever. But we're 52%, and our click rate is like 4.1 when the industry standard is 1.1. So for every 100 people, you're going to get 1.1 to click. We're going to get 4.1. So it's just a numbers game. And so all these buyers are coming into our system. We're working with them as agents. We're working with them as agents in all of the top 25 markets that have investment properties. Because if they want something here, let's get them something everywhere else. They're giving us their buy boxes when they sign up. Oh, you want multifamilies under $1 million? Well, would you like them in Cleveland if we gave you the infrastructure? Cincinnati, whatever. So we're just growing and growing, and they're all feeding into each other. So like we have wholesalers using our AI, working for us to get wholesaler deals. So we have more deals to send out on the network to generate more buyers to serve. And really, we just love it because we're able to serve at a high level, and most people aren't used to being served at a high level.
I love it, man. That's huge. It's well, you're putting the thing together in a package that other people it's really hard to figure out how to connect the dots.
Yeah,
that's the thing is, all right, I want to do AI. Where do I start? How do I implement it? We've got the CRM. How does it integrate? Is it? I mean, and you need two-way API calls as well. In a lot of these platforms, they hold their own teddy bear. They don't give you open source to where you can put it in there. So then it's getting creative. My company before, I put in robotic process automation, which was really truly cutting edge, but it was getting into a closed system and creating automation so that our workflow on our end was automated. They were antiquated. But robotic process automation really isn't. It's still a thing in a lot of platforms, but it's not going to be needed. But this is just this is huge. It's on the forefront. So tell us something that I haven't asked and that people need to know.
Yeah. So I would say that this is all something that everybody needs to go get an OpenAI account. You know, and you can go in there right now for free and build an AI assistant for your company. Now you can't use it to like mass communicate. You'll need someone like me or a builder to build your mass communication. But you can go into openai.com right now, take all of your company's PDFs, documents, all those SOPs you have flowing around, upload it to an AI assistant, right? And on the spot, create an AI assistant that can read all of your company's documents. And that can help you streamline things a lot faster. Use that AI assistant as someone that can walk you through and talk to you about things, get more organized.
Can I brag about David for a second? So like, obviously we're realtors, but like every morning we download the MLS in our market. And so like our clients can talk to our AI and ask any questions. Hey, was there anything listed today with seller financing? Like, hey, anything with 10 units listed over the last 2 weeks? Like we're on top of it. Like if someone reaches out to us on a sign call about our listing, like our AI is going back and forth. They don't even know they're talking to AI. Like it is the future. It's crazy. I'm very fortunate to have found David.
I like it.
He sped everything up for me.
I like it a lot. So all of this talk, and how do we get there? Where did we go to reach your all site? What's it called? And where can we sign up?
Worst domain name ever, David. Why don't you tell
them? Well, no. For AI, we'll go to infinitefollowup.ai. Infinitefollowup.ai. And there you can actually test drive the AI
for like an hour. Yeah.
You can also sign up for a webinar. I have 3 evening webinars a week, and get on and talk more about the products, more about AI, more kind of like free kind of knowledge I throw out there. And really, if there's people in different fields, maybe just not you're on this and you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds really cool, but I am a dentist or I am an insurance person. We'd love to talk to you because we can build out different modules for different industries.
They're slow to adopt. Nobody's using AI like this. So like the early adopters, you'll get that chance to get ahead. Like Josh, we told you our whole ecosystem. Anybody can go out and try to recreate it.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's hard to follow all those cookie crumbs and like.
And that's infinitefollowup.ai.
Infinitefollowup.ai. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then I get a free user account if I say this episode is brought to you by infinitefollowup.ai.
You can use it for an hour. You should be doing it though, everyone.
I'm gonna try it out.
We these wholesale deals, I mean, like if you want your own deals, great. But if not, we gave you a network to sell. So it's like we solve as many problems as we can in one sitting.
I know that there's another platform out there. It's pretty good, but I don't see it using anything close to what you guys are doing. So I've got to check it out and see how we can plug it into our operation too. Because ultimately, that's where it's heading. And if you can hedge cost on certain manual activities and then redeploy that capital in other heavier operational costs, that just makes your company more competitive, where you can do more with less, and you have better customer service. Yeah, for sure. So how do people reach out to you all, learn more? And I know we got the website, but reach out because they're going to be listening to this. We'll have notes in the as we publish the episode. But where do you want people to go?
David, tell them the domain name for our off market, like if they want to see what kind of deals we have.
Yeah, it is a pretty long name, but
it redirects from the Louisville network, which it was before we went national.
It's www.theoffmarketdealsnetwork.com. Our name is Deals Off Market, but somebody owns that and won't if you own that website, call me because I'm trying to get a hold of you. So it's the Off Market Deals Network.com. We go by Deals Off Market. And so that is a place for anybody to submit a deal. We'll go out to our 47,000 plus buyers network. Everyone's deals get posted to Investor Lift. Investor Lift is very expensive, so that's really great for those wholesalers.
6,000 a year.
We also post on Bigger Pockets, wherever we can to get a deal out, but mainly through our buyers list. That's where we send a lot of deals out through there.
Cool. Awesome. Love it. You guys are doing big stuff. Certainly look forward to following you all, and I'm going to log in and check it out and see if we can plug it into our operation here too.
Yeah. Thanks for having us. When we were we went and worked in Mexico remotely for a week, and on our way back, have you heard of the book Who Not How?
Oh yeah, that's huge. That's a brain shift, right? Just by
So
I listen to everything on Audible.
We bought the domain What Not Who. So we can do just an AI version of how to do the same thing.
Hey, that's it's either What Not Who or the offmarketdealnetwork.com.
Yeah.
Whichever one. No, guys, it's great stuff. It's good. And you guys, truly infinite marketplace out there, just plugging into what people need. And it's good to see where you guys are going to head to. So,
Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate your time. We will certainly talk soon. Appreciate it.
Thanks.